Yo, what's up, YouTube? Welcome back to J3 Entertainment. We got some hot news for you guys today.
Oh, yeah, we got an interesting drama going on in the pop culture space, man. The movie world is thick right now. Competition's flowing. Things is happening. Changes are being made. It's crazy right now.
The world is changing, like Michael Keaton said. Ironically, he will be talked about in these articles. But before we get into that, let me go ahead and introduce myself. My name is J3.
I'm Ronin Shogun,
Woo!
the Ninja Assassin.
And we're here to bring you guys some new hot news, y'all.
Yes.
WarnerDiscovery, HMFC, David Zaslav is out here running the show. And when I say that, he's making moves. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy has taken Tweety Bird's cage and shook it up better than Sylvester could ever do. You thought you saw a putty cat? You did.
Yeah.
It's a wrap, bro.
Yes, past tense. There it is. Yes.
So we got some new articles, man, and it really is revolving around the Batgirl up-and-coming film.
Okay, interesting.
We got some articles from Variety.
Yes.
We're going to take a look at those, talk about it, and have some fun, guys. So Ronin Joe Genji, Ronin Shogun.
Yes, yes.
The wise one, whichever one you want to call him, is going to go ahead and lead us in these articles. So go ahead and take us on this journey, man.
Let's get it. All right. So, first article. You guys ready for this one? Batgirl film, axed by Warner Brothers, won't be released on any platform.
Now, before we get into that,
Woo.
that cuts deep right there, guys.
Yeah.
No platforms.
Yeah.
We can't even get a YouTube video.
That's crazy.
They like, no.
Then again, y'all, it's two sides to a story.
There's always two sides of that coin.
Just saying. Yeah.
All right.
Let's go ask them. All right. Batgirl, feature film adaptation of the DC Comics character, has been killed at Warner Brothers.
Damn.
Variety has confirmed it will not premiere on any platform at the studio, neither theatrically nor on HBO Max. The production, starring Leslie Grace as Barbara Gordon, aka Batgirl, and directed by Bad Boys for Life and Miss Marvel filmmakers Adil El Arbi and Bilal Fallah, was greenlit in 2021 as part of a company-wide effort at Warner Brothers to create feature films specifically for HBO Max. But the new corporate regime at Warner Brothers Discovery has pivoted the company's priorities back to theatrical features, leaving Batgirl without a proper home. Man.
That's interesting.
Also on the chopping block, Scoob Holiday Hunt, a follow-up to the 2020 film Scoob, has been shelved by the studio. Footage for the animated adaptation of the Scooby-Doo series was showcased in the sizzle reel for HBO Max back in December 2021.
Okay.
Sources indicate that the production had cost Warner Brothers $40 million. Studio insiders insist the decision to axe Batgirl was not driven by the quality of the film or the commitment of the filmmakers, but by the desire for the studio's slate of DC features to be at a blockbuster scale.
Okay.
Batgirl was budgeted global release in theaters. The initial $75 million production budget for the project, which finished principal photography earlier this year and was in post-production, reached $90 million due to, in part, to COVID-related delays and protocols.
All right, so we're going to stop right there.
Okay.
Thank you, Ronin.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Always. Yes.
I got an idea on why things are occurring, but I want to say this first. It sucks because, not because this film is wanted, it's because the film is completed. And that is a lot of money. Now, granted, I ain't got that much money in my pocket, let alone $90.
Right. Yeah.
But I will say, this does feel business related. And business in Hollywood is a very tricky thing.
It's a challenging game.
It is.
You gotta know how to play.
And you gotta look at it in two different sides.
Sure.
As an actor, filmmaker, and as a businessman.
Right.
It sucks as an actor because all that time you put in something. Right. You probably miss birthdays, anniversaries, time with your family. You know what I mean? Vacation. Yeah. You know, just events itself, life events. And then you can't even show your product.
All right. That's the part, the finished product. It's out there. Nobody may not see it.
Let alone you got paid.
Yeah.
You might get a check for a very long time after this.
True.
But you can't get time back.
Right.
So that sucks on that part. But when you work in Hollywood, cuts aren't a thing that's rare. A whole film, yeah, but people do get cut.
It's unique, bro, because it's like, yeah, it may not come out, but it's like these movies that happen become like golden hits. You know what I'm saying? You'll get documentaries made about this, like what happened to it and what was shot, what the final product was going to be. You know what I'm saying? So there's always alternatives. You know, you can get backstories on what they went through making it, what happened, why it didn't come out, because multiple stories are going to come out at the end of the day. And that's the thing, you know, as long as people get to that truth of that kind of stuff, we really don't know. But we know what the studio wants us to know as viewers and consumers and things like that.
Yeah, there's always something deeper. And I see these movies going down. Well, not the Scoob, but Batgirl going down with the Nicolas Cage Superman. Okay. Or even the Marlon Wayne as Robin.
Right.
You know what I mean? Something that was supposed to happen that was cut and scrapped.
Right.
By the way, I still would want to see that the Superman. But that's just me as a fan. We got a second article that explains a little bit more. So let's go ahead and get into that one. And then we're going to go ahead and talk about everything.
Why Warner Brothers killed Batgirl inside the decision to not release the DC movie. According to sources with knowledge of the situation, the most likely reason, taxes.
Taxes? Now, that reminds me of that meme when that little boy was like, taxes. Taxes when they play Monopoly.
Yes.
Taxes eating them alive.
That's a word we don't like here in America. Yeah, we don't like taxes.
Taxes.
Several sources note that Batgirl was made under a different regimen at Warner Brothers, headed by Jason Kilar and Ann Sarnoff, that was singularly focused on building a streaming service, HBO Max. That effort included Kilar's infamous decision to release the studio's entire 2021 theatrical slate simultaneously on the streamer, which helped build the subscriber base, but also jeopardized the studio's reputation with top-tier talent.
Ooh.
Though many agents and stars privately came to appreciate the move when the company paid generous bonuses as a make nice.
Now, that's very interesting because as a fan, I'm down the middle with that. I felt that. Like, they showed us a lot to get us in.
It's called support at the end of the day. But
granted, what made me subscribe to HBO Max was none of their slates. You told me Martin, Jamie Foxx, Wayne's brothers.
Yeah, just original content, just television.
Old Godzilla. Yeah. Bro, I was there.
Golden Age content, classic seasons. I can watch them at any time.
Batman the animated series, when you said you were taking DC app and putting it over there, I was there.
That was smart play.
None of their slates of their movie is why I was there.
That's business strategy.
Yeah.
Well, even before David Zaslav took the reins of the newly formed Warner Brothers Discovery as CEO this spring, the exec went on a well-publicized listening tour designed to repair the company's relationship with the creative community. As part of the effort, Zaslav had made no secret of reversing Killer's strategy and committing to releasing first-run feature films in theaters before putting them on HBO Max.
Okay, makes sense.
Batgirl found herself on the bad end of that decision, apparently. Neither big enough to feel worthy of a major theatrical release, nor small enough to make economic sense in an increasingly cutthroat streaming landscape. Spending the money on to expand the scope of Batgirl for theaters, plus the $30 million to $50 million needed to market it domestically, and the tens of millions more needed for a global rollout, could have nearly doubled spending on the film, and insiders say that was a non-starter at a company newly focused on belt tightening and the bottom line. Spokespeople for Warner Brothers and Warner Brothers Discovery declined to comment for this story.
Okay, so they didn't want to spend double the money.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
it makes a lot of sense.
Marketing is not cheap.
It's not, and when you're marketing a character that a lot of people don't know,
right,
is even more. So, you know, that makes a lot more sense now. Okay.
Releasing the movie on HBO Max would seem to be the most obvious solution. Instead, the company has shelved Batgirl with the Scoob sequel, and several sources say it will almost certainly take a tax write-down on both films, seen internally as the most financially sound way to recoup the costs, at least on an accountant's ledger. It could justify that by chalking it up on post-merger change of strategy. Doing so, however, would mean that Warner Brothers cannot monetize either movie, nor HBO Max debut. No sale to another studio.
Ooh, okay. Now that hurts, because I was thinking of some hope right there.
Yeah.
Thank you for that read, Ronan. Appreciate you.
All good, man.
Warner Brother Discovery, HMFC, David Zaslav is a cold son of a gun.
Yeah.
And for those out there that don't know what HMFC is, head motherfucker in charge.
That sounds very important. I like this guy. I like him already. That's a good title.
And he's making moves.
Yeah. The hard decisions.
The hard decisions.
That's what business is all about.
Yeah.
It's called Hollywood, baby.
Yes, sir. K Quick and Roll Dog. You
Gonna do some things.
Yeah. He's getting rowdy right now. No. No. All right. No, all jokes aside, but Batgirl the movie. Was I excited for that? No. Absolutely not. Didn't care. Because I'm still waiting on a Nightwing film.
Facts. Oh my God, facts.
Give me a live action show, even an animated Nightwing.
Yes.
A Nightwing animated movie.
All the above.
I just want some Nightwing.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah.
But when they said that they were going to bring Michael Keaton into this Batgirl universe, I was like, Batman?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
This is the second Batman I was introduced to. You guys all know, if you know me, I'm a Adam West fan to the end of time.
Okay.
So my first love is Adam West. But then Michael Keaton came on a big screen.
So you got two Batman experiences.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
And then you had Jack Nicholson as the Joker. Like,
That's
it's just love right there.
Nothing wrong with that.
You know? And then one of my childhood crushes, Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman.
That's right.
So Michael Keaton's coming back.
Yeah, that's a good sign. That's a good sign.
So I'm like, okay, I'm there. I want to see what you guys are going to do with Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Then you said you're going to bring the Encino Man himself, the Mummy,
All right.
Journey to the Center of Earth, Brandon Fraser back on the big screen.
Yeah. It's been a while.
Because what I thought they were doing, it wasn't necessarily a streaming service. I thought they were going to put it in theaters.
Got you. I think we all thought that, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, okay, Batgirl in theaters.
Yeah.
Now I'm knowing it was HBO Max. I'm like, okay, cool. Then they say J.K. Simmons coming in. I'll say, okay, Commissioner Gordon. All right, I'm with it. So, honestly, the only thing that got me really sparked for this was the cast of the OGs. Leslie Grace, I don't know anything about her.
The only recognition I have of her was the musical she did in Heights, which was an HBO Max production, but it was in theaters too.
Got you.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
So she has more of a small cult following, if you will. She's not as big as the other stars.
Yeah.
So it made sense, her being in this was going to boost it, make or break, but we'll never know that now. Yeah.
Unfortunately. But that was basically what I'm saying is I understand the move.
Yeah.
I get it. Because it's going to cost too much money to get people to realize who Leslie Grace is.
Right, that part.
You have to sell everybody else in that movie.
And the idea of what Batgirl is.
Exactly.
And what it's going to be. Yeah.
The bad thing is all the blood, sweat, and tears that was behind this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the thing that hurts the most.
I'm going to speak a little bit on what you said, bro, because I think there's a misconception of theatrical release and streaming. If it were to come, hypothetically, if it were to come in, streaming, I don't think that lessens the product anymore, because we've seen HBO Max countlessly put money into projects that went straight to streaming.
Yeah.
That were not necessarily cheap, and it had that big, grand scale scope to it. So I don't think it mattered if it went to streaming or theatrical, depending on how people consume their entertainment.
But the thing is, how many people are going to subscribe to HBO Max for a Batgirl film?
Well, yeah, that's true.
That's the main key.
Going to the people are still scared to go to the theaters too.
True. So I understand.
So it's give or take.
I understand the acts.
Yeah.
Because I ain't gonna lie, when Scoob showed up,
yeah,
on HBO Max, I skipped.
Okay.
Personally.
Yeah.
It's not my thing. I'm a Scooby-Doo fan of the OG.
Yeah.
I don't care about the new stuff.
Okay.
It's nothing personal. It's just me.
Yeah.
So I understand these acts.
Yeah.
Like, cut that off because it's going to cost too much to market this.
True.
And I don't think we're going to get our money back on streaming. Yeah. See, people forget the reason why Zack Snyder's Justice League worked is because it was different.
And it was planned.
It was a movement.
Yeah, it was just a matter of it coming out.
You know what I mean? It was like, we were still on kind of lockdown.
Right.
So it was like, y'all seen that new Zack Snyder, man? It's something else.
The marketing was different from that movie, though, because we had Zack Snyder on his social media showing a storyboard artwork, he showed us stuff that he was reshooting.
Yeah.
Because there was a point in time where people didn't even believe that this thing actually existed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was cool to get some reality fruition to it. He even showed us the actor that was going to play Green Lantern in the movie. So he had plans for future films after that Snyder Cut.
And that was free marketing.
Yeah. So we were shown this.
Yeah.
It was on social media. It was right there at your access. So granted, marketing was different. It was free. Right. So it made sense. Like, are we going to get this? I guess we are.
And
we got to wait.
And they made some of the money back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Then physical release. We got a physical release of it. It's
got
still on
copy.
HBO Max. So you got the choice of how you want to consume it.
So
there was anticipation behind this. Very different.
It's looks like David Zaslav is fixing the DC universe and what he believes is the way.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, I like the whole thing about DC films being grand scale.
Yeah.
I appreciate that talk. Stop dumbing down the shows real quick. Nah, these are old school characters who's had a following for over almost 90 years.
Yeah.
It's time to give the people what they want and what they deserve.
And the characters too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think they're going to do with The Flash? Because Ezra Miller has been in the news, the media, on some negative stuff for a while now. And it kind of fell apart, and then he sparked it back up again a couple months back. So, how you think they're going to handle The Flash? Because we still haven't got a trailer yet.
I'm going to say we're just going to have to use hypothetical, and I'm going to bring a little bit of fantasy into this reality. We're going to have to use the multiverse theory and recast and find another Flash. Because your main star is not marketable. And if we're revamping and we're changing things, I don't see what's wrong with bringing in a new actor. I don't.
But it costs too much. From what I heard, they have to do the whole movie again.
Then cancel the project. Then we can't get a Flash movie then, and I'm okay with that. If it can't come out, then we can't. There's nothing we can do. We can't move forward without the star.
That is true. That is true.
You have Batman in the movie, but the movie's called Flash.
And all honesty,
that does hurt. I mean, I'm there for that aspect, but I'm thinking as a point of view, if I was into the Flash, I'm like, man, I want to see that, but our star is not marketable, so we kind of take away from the film now because our main attraction is not there.
It's crazy. It's crazy that
it hurts, y'all. It hurts.
It's crazy that I'm one of those individuals that are like, end it, do it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you can. It's crazy because I'm in the middle with it, but it's like if you drop this Flash movie and the movie is bad, then you have a bad reputation.
Right.
If it's good, now you're stuck.
Right.
So it's kind of like just take the loss and end it.
Yeah, either way, you got to go back to the drawing board no matter what you do, because the stuff that we're relying on, we're relying on the A-listers to bring people in, but the main character attractions are not, they're not marketable, and it's a tough call because now you got to put all this money into it, and you're going to lose, and people are not going to be able to see it. Now you got to go back and think, how are we going to bring these characters back in again? Because now you got to revamp everything because you ask other projects that are tied to other films because your universe is shared at the end of the day. But moving forward, if you're not focused on sharing your universe and just doing good one-off stories and then merging them down the line, I think that is a way to go. I think this was a blessing in disguise for that. Yeah. Not everything has to be connected. And I like that, having the idea of different universes where still intact to DC, which is fine. Like kind of how Matt Reeves is doing with his Batman. He has his own Batman universe. That's great. What's Superman doing over here? Let's give him a universe of his own. What's this character over? Let's give them and then later on down the line, team them up. Let's not worry about bringing them out that right away. Let's see what they're doing in their own world.
No, I'm always for that. Give everybody their own origin.
And if people want more, they'll show up. Let's go back to the basics.
The downside of that is, technically, we don't have a Batman.
True.
We don't even have a Superman. We need a Superman.
It goes back to, are we worried about making good movies or are we worried about building a universe? They came in, let's build a universe. Yeah. We got a Justice League movie after 3 movies. Like, how?
But
you know what I mean? It was rushed, bro, and it showed.
Warner Brothers Discovery, I feel, has a vision. And I think it's going into the realm of your thought of have everybody have their own shared universe.
Yeah.
The downside of this is I feel this is going to be probably the last Aquaman.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't think we're getting any more Wonder Woman because after Wonder Woman 84,
right?
personally, I don't want to see it anymore.
The ship is sailed.
I'm done with that. Go back to the mascara.
Okay.
I'm good.
Yeah. See,
I'm done. See? I'm done with that one.
Everything that we were like, oh yeah, we want to go back to the beginning.
Now I would say, I still want to see that Ben Affleck's Batman movie.
He ain't lying, y'all.
But this is the problem. That has to be a one-off and only.
True, because he's seasoned. He's established already.
But then it counteracts with Peacemaker.
Right.
Because Peacemaker ended up showing us the Justice League.
And he's still around.
And Peacemaker's a good show.
Yeah.
So now, I'm stuck. Because the good thing about Peacemaker is, I think they showed Flash and Aquaman.
Right.
And showed the silhouette of Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman.
Right.
That's the good thing. Jason Momoa is still healthy, still somewhat young. We can roll with that. But then now Batman is in his movie. It's like they're counteracting and destroying themselves within because they're trying to sell tickets with what they have, and I get it. But you keep digging this hole because now you have this Batgirl movie, and you canceled that. So now you take Michael Keaton now. So Michael Keaton's connected to the Flash, which is connected to all this, and then it's just a mess. It's kind of like just bring out the movies because we got Black Adam coming. Yeah. Now technically, Black Adam, it's its own movie.
Right.
Because Black Adam could technically, if you take out anything that has to do with Shazam, I mean anything.
Yeah.
You can recast Shazam.
Yeah. Yep.
You can start all over.
It will work.
The good thing about Shazam is they only show Batman trinkets.
Right.
Batarangs, little things. They never showed us anything. They showed us Superman costume.
The idea.
They never showed us who was Superman.
Yeah.
So technically, you can rebuild the DCEU off of Black Adam Shazam right now.
That's true. Yeah.
They're the only ones that have not been combined with anybody.
Yeah. New beginnings. Yeah.
You got the JSA, which is technically the first before the Justice League.
Right.
So you can kind of rebuild everything with just those two.
I think that would be a fresh start, bro, because it's like, as great as it is, it's a gift and a curse. Ben Affleck coming back, it shows the hunger and desire that people still are interested in his Batman. That's why they're throwing him and stuff. The problem with that is when you guys got rid of Batman and Ben didn't want to do it anymore, that's the reason of Michael Keaton being here. Because now you're going back to Glory Days Batman. Yeah. Instead of bringing in a character that was already established and he was just going to tell his stories along the way. Wasn't going to be an origin. He was already out there doing his thing, seasoned, veteran, savage, and things like that. And people like that idea. And Affleck captured that essence of the Arkham video games. Yeah. He was very menacing. He was fighting. You know what I'm saying? So you got multiple Batmans in different time periods, and you got different fans of multiple Batmans. And it's like, how are you going to utilize this Michael Keaton version of Batman? You got a lot of expansive storytelling in that to do as well, but you also got to tell Batgirl's story too. So you put yourselves in the corner. So you're basically doing two movies in one. Yeah. Because of the characters. You know, back in track on Ben, who's already established again, it's just a story, brand new mission. Yeah. But like I said, we need a Superman. Yeah. I think the DCEU, DCFU, whatever you want to call it, can actually be rebuilt right now, starting with Black Adam and Shazam. Yeah, just go back to the basics. They're the only two that technically doesn't have any ties to any other films. That's a good point. Peacemaker is a TV series. So Peacemaker can be very clever because at the end of Peacemaker, you can literally take, like they did Star Wars, the last scene of the Justice League and just re-edit that whole scene and put the new Justice League there if you wanted to. So I'm going to ask a hypothetical. So, like, do we count Suicide Squad, James Gunn, as part of this, his own thing? You can end all that. Okay. Because that's connected to the Peacemaker. No, but you can end it. Right. Okay. You see what I'm saying? Because technically... Because it's always different teams. Different people. It's always different people. But at the end of the day, remember, they never... As long as they don't show us the superheroes, they can talk about anything they want to talk about. Gotcha. As long as they don't show their face, that doesn't tie us really to it. Gotcha. Because the names will never go anywhere. Okay. We just need Big Blue. Yeah. We need Superman to show up next. It's just the idea. The idea of it. Okay. We need Superman to show up next. That makes sense. I want to know what you guys think, man. In the comments down below. Tell me, do you guys think that DC, Warner Brothers, Discovery is kind of just dropped the ball and they're lost? Are they lost in space? You know what I mean? Or are they going in the right direction?
Do you think that Black Adam and Shazam can actually reboot the whole universe and just start with those two and start building off of that?
I'm with that right there.
Because they're not tied to anything.
Yeah.
I want to know what you guys think in the comments down below. And also tell me what you guys think about this new setup of me and Ronin coming in like this.
I thought this was great, man.
Yeah, it's cool.
Real fun.
You know what I mean?
Real informative.
Yeah.
Real insightful. Kickback. I feel relaxed. I feel good.
Yeah. I ain't took like 3 drinks. Like, you know, you'll never know.
Phenomenal. Epic.
If you're new to the channel, go ahead and push that subscribe button. Thumbs up this video. Don't forget to share Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Also follow us on Instagram and Twitter. I'm J3.
I'm Ronin Show.
Woo!
The Ninja Assassin.
100,000 subscribers, guys.
We on our way, y'all.